Okay, so let's see if we can't clean up a few more of these items. So this guy seems to be pretty straightforward. Let's see, it's a block display. Well, we'll do it inline because it's actually not a block on its own, so. Display inline. Type pseudo-rational. And pseudo-rational because the numerator is not yet an integer. We have an integer in the denominator, but there's going to be another reduction step after this one. So type pseudo-rational. Okay, and again, compute numeral as number. Okay, again, we're instructing any symbolic computing engine, or for that matter, just computing engine, to treat this numeral here as a number, even though the instruction to the WebKit, to the web rendering engine, is to treat it as a text token. Okay, why? Because we want to make sure that we have font preservation, font consistency throughout the document. Okay, we covered that previously in an earlier video. Compute numeral as a number once more, and then we'll just do some formatting. Great. We'll leave the comma there, no big deal. And so yeah, now we have an opportunity to see if we actually like the display inline. Let's see what block looks like. Let's have a look, see what it looks like without either. Yeah. So display inline. Yeah, I'm going to go with display inline. Okay, so that's, yeah, so again, this is sort of formatting or document aesthetics choice that we can make. So we'll just play around with that as we go. Display inline. Let's see here. Type rational number. Okay, compute as compute numeral number. Right. Okay. And again, it's a preference. Okay. Do you like the padding or do you not? In terms of the display of the fraction. And so I'm just sort of comparing my options here a little bit. So that's up to the author at that point, right? Let's do a few more. Let's start by formatting the expressions the way we want them to look. Let's see what's going on here. So there we go. Okay, and so the shape that you're seeing here is definitely a bit more typical for MathML markup block. But as we mentioned previously, it's just a bit nicer, isn't it, to have the code block fleshed out in an optimized sort of manner. So not fully, we don't want to overwhelm the eyes as we're fleshing out our code blocks, but to have some sort of full body that contains appropriate annotation in the attribution sections of each tag is helpful in terms of reading, in terms of legibility, and of course the annotation itself helps with semantic interpretation. So that's why we're doing what we're doing. Okay, and so we can get these nice broken up. Nothing too crazy going on. Just sort of setting up the structure, code block structure. Okay. And that ought to do it. And then we'll just add our annotation as we see fit. Alright, so this all is displayed in lines. Let's see what kind of effect this has. Interesting. Yeah, okay. So pretty much just as expected. Alright, so that's fine. Very good. Okay, now let's actually see if mfence might be the more appropriate. Yeah, I want to try mfenced here. And what I'll do is, because I know I have a good setup already for mfenced, we'll see if copying that over is maybe the easiest solution. This might just contain what I'm looking for. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Now, I don't want separators. Okay, so I'm going to use separators. I'm going to use comma for the separators. Okay, so let's see what we get here. And then we want braces for the closing, for the braces. See if, okay, and then potentially that, and potentially that guy. There we go. So that's what I figured. Okay, so now let's get rid of that. We might have to do some manipulation to get the amount of spacing that we want installed, but I prefer this kind of code. I prefer this code layout. So what do we have here? We'll just go with type rational number. In this case, actually, we can spell it out. That's fine. Right? You can choose to annotate. You can choose an attribution that suits your needs, your preferences here. So that's, again, quite a lot of creative freedom there, which is good. Okay, so here we have a binomial. There's a binomial sum. Quite a few options here. Numerator variable. This guy, this is what I was talking about before. Form prefix. Okay. Because we can do, let's just see if there's, probably won't be the case for this editor, but I'll have a look. See? Here we go. So that's what we want, prefix. All right, so let's just pause here, take a look. Okay, so what I'm noticing right off the bat is that I probably will opt for well, it wouldn't be block, wouldn't say that, so let's maybe just get rid of this guy outright, see if we like that. See what we see. Yeah, so I think that's better. Okay.